Yeah. But you're saying that we have different approaches. I'm not really agree because, I'm feeling that we have something really in common, this improvisation
Yeah.
vibe. And, for me, for example, improvisation, it's a really huge part of myself, of my life. And that's the thing in which I'm struggling, for example, in film industry, that everything has to be structured. If we have scene, we have a shot list, we have accounted numbers of takes and shots and precise precise shots, and everything is written down, and you have to, as a first AD is shouting at you that, no, we don't have time for this, we don't have time for improvisation. But like, I feel that that's a thing when you're trying to do just with your intuition something, that's the moment where something creates and appears, like a beautiful flower. And so when I'm singing, I do love to do the improvisation. You asked me about how I'm doing my own songs. I do love to improvise during the creating the arrangement. When I worked with my producer, we've just seated in the studio, and I've just started to sing or playing in the piano something, and we just started to develop this melody and improvise and do the two voices and just layer on the layer, as the bricks. We just build it, this song, and that's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Like another example, a friend of mine, a really good friend, Vika. Hello. I will do this.
And then you're
Many times.
you're gonna know if they were watching, because they're gonna be, oh my god, I loved it when you said hi. Yeah.
Mom, hello, I'm on the podcast. I want to say hello to all my friends and all my family. I really appreciate to be here. Thank you.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
No, but you were saying, sorry.
Yeah. So a really good friend of mine, Victoria, she's a filmmaker, also a director, producer, and she's on the stage when she's making a post-production of her short film, and she invited me to record the soundtrack for her songs. So it was a cappella, ethnical sounds. And I asked her previously, do you have, the melody? Do you have the arrangement? To prepare in advance? No, we will improvise. I say, okay, let's improvise. And it was really good because, you don't know what to expect, and you just start to think, you just start to do something interesting, and it just flows so easily.
Yeah.
Like, for me, personally, for me, it flows really easily and pleasantly.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't understand, like in many situations, local people, when they are started to structure everything in their life, when they're started to, give a precise image of everything. And, I should know in advance how it will look like. Let's guess how it will look like.
Yeah. No, I get you. I'm trying to understand. I think one thing you're overlooking is that, yes, I would also call you to improvise because you're that good. I think, for example, in filmmaking, because I improvise a lot, I drop scenes, I rewrite 3 scenes in one because I'm running out of time. But you gotta be really good to do that in filmmaking, because if not, what is gonna end up is that you're not gonna be able to finish your film. And that is what happens to, I'm not going to say 90% of the people, but let's say 40%. It's a lot of people that they don't even finish. So because you need to have enough experience to be able to improvise, just because the hour is just so much more expensive than if we're 1 hour in a studio. Yeah. So I think maybe the more, well, and you're developing your style. Maybe in a couple of years you're gonna know that I just need the locations, the actors, and the costume, and then we'll figure it out there. You'll find your own style. but I get why it's so structured because I've been in many productions that they just don't finish.
But you have to be brave enough to try. Only when you try, you can fail, and only when you fail, you can, do the conclusions,
Yeah,
and that's how it's supposed to be. Because what I noticed that a lot of people, they're just trying to keep this comfort zone of safe space, safe structures, safe ways to do something, and yeah, they're failing less
yeah,
than these crazy minds. But when you have this craziness in your nature, of course, you will fail a lot. You will see that it doesn't work, but that's the way how you can, you know, be on the next level of understanding and of approaching something. Because those people, they will stay like stable on the same level. They will be good in their stuff, but they will stay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true. You gotta bet. You gotta bet. I agree. I I have a little bit of like that. My thing is that I've seen. I think you also have been lucky. You're working with really good people here, so you have seen like the better side of the industry. I come from a place that I've also seen the worst part, like people don't finish. I was part of many projects that never even saw a screening because they weren't even edited, and people would get disencouraged and not finish. So yeah, I'm trying to maybe help, put a vote on that kind of structure. But in filmmaking, it's harder because filmmaking is the sum of all the arts. That's why it's just harder because you need to be good at everything. So yeah, but